Hey, what's up, guys? You're listening to the It Takes a Village podcast. I'm Ashley, your host. This is where the struggles are real, the callings are heavy, the kids are sticky. We come together because it takes a village, and this is your tribe. Hey. I don't know why I just said that, but hey, guys, welcome to the podcast. Today's episode is late in getting out there, but it is here, so hold on to your britches, ladies. Like I said in the last episode, it is about taking care of yourself first, and that is the season that I'm in, to where yesterday, man, my littlest one, my newborn, he was not having it with me yesterday. He would not let me put him down, and just one of those days where it's like, man, I had all this time, and really, like, nothing major was happening, but I couldn't get like literally anything done because the dogs would need to go out, or then they would need water or food, and then my little one would need its diaper changed, and then he would cry. You know, it was just one thing after another, to where it's like, gosh, Becky, pull it together. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, so you guys know how it is. But today's episode is about systems. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, it's not super exciting, but it is much needed. And after yesterday's Instagram post, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you're definitely going to want to, because I'm focusing more on sharing like the things with you guys, like the skills that I have. No, I have no skills, but the tools and tips of motherhood that I've learned along the way. So I want to share more of that with you guys, because sharing is caring. It takes a village, helping each other out. I want you guys to share those things with me too, because that makes my life easier. So I'm sharing the things that I know and do that make my life easier, in hopes that you can use it, or you can put your own twist on it, and it'll make your life easier too. So today I wanted to talk about systems and how all moms need a system. I know this sounds so type A, but if you're like me, who you kind of like balance in the line of type A and just going with the flow, it definitely makes it harder to get things done or to be productive during the day when you just kind of go with the flow. I don't know how you guys do it or what you think, but I do know that coming up with a plan, having a set in stone routine or system for your weekly life, your daily life, makes things easier, because then you're always in a forward moving motion versus wasting time during that day trying to figure out what needs to be done, instead of already getting it done because you knew ahead of time what needed to be done, if that makes sense. So the first thing on our list for systems that we need is laundry. This has been a conversation lots of times on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You've seen everybody give their opinions on how laundry should be done. I don't care how you do it, honestly. This system isn't about me telling you how to do your laundry, because everybody's different. We all have different needs according to the season that we're in, and according to our family's needs, how many of us there are, etc. So for laundry, okay, if you guys are taking notes, write this down. Laundry is your first system, and so you need to decide what is your best way of getting laundry done the most effectively and efficiently for your family in this season. I think we can reevaluate this every 3 or 4 months. But for now, I want you to think, what is the best way that I can get laundry done for my family in this season? Be it doing a load every day, or only when you need to. Like when you see the bins overflowing, that's when you're going to decide that's when laundry needs to be done. Or do it all on a Sunday. Come up with whatever it is that works best for you. I know for me, I used to do laundries on Sundays while I was working full time. It was just, that was laundry day. I did it, started it Saturday evening, so it could be done Sunday morning. And then Sunday morning was our allotted time that my family knew, my kids especially, knew that was our cleanup day. And so they knew that they would have baskets full of laundry on Sunday that needed to be put away. Now that I'm at home because of maternity leave, I'm doing a little bit every day, because I have a newborn who's spitting up on, his clothes and my clothes. So we're doing a little bit more laundry every day. When I go back to work, I'm sure that will change, because obviously just doing that every day is not efficient for me. So laundry is number one. Decide which system works best for you, or which way of getting it done works best for you. And stick to it and you'll get it done. Number 2 on your list is meals. So you need to plan out your meals, whether you like it or not, guys, because this helps in several different areas, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, if you plan out your meals, you could plan out your groceries more efficiently, effectively, and cost effectively. So, which we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to approach meals just like we approach laundry, in that I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You need to figure out what's best for you in this season. So you need to decide, what that looks like for your family. But definitely make a list according to your meal plan. So I sit down and I ask my family, what do you guys want for dinner this week? And then I write down the items that I need that I don't already have on hand. And also, you want to add extra items for snacks, because you know that ends up being an extra grocery trip where we end up spending extra money that was unnecessary. When you have little ones in the house, you want to make sure you have snacks on hand for you and also yourself, so that way you're not grabbing something unhealthy, or you're not running into eating the food that was meant for meals. You know what I mean? So like if you're going to have, I don't know, carrots with dinner one night, but that's also like something that you typically would snack on, and you didn't buy enough for snacking and for the dinner, then that kind of screws up your dinner, right? So make sure that you account for that you're like, oh, like if I'm going to have carrots with my dinner, I also need to buy an extra bag of carrots so I know I have snacks on hand. The next thing you need to think about is making sure you have items for quick meals, because sometimes no matter how much we plan, things come up, things happen, and we need a meal quick and ready and easy. And so whether it be like if breakfast for dinner is your go-to, make sure you have those breakfast items on hand. Make sure you have peanut butter and jelly on hand and bread. So then once you've decided and you've come up with your meal plan, then you need to figure out what day is most helpful for you to get to the store. What time does that look like? Where are you going to go? How many stores? If you coupon, when will you be able to grab those together? And you guys, this sounds like a lot, but writing it down, doing it one time, sitting down and thinking about, okay, like going through your laundry needs, going through your grocery needs, this is going to make your life so much easier. And all you have to do is do this one time, like sit down and think about it and write it out and decide, or do it on your phone or whatever. So once you decide your meal list, then you'll decide what day you go to the grocery store. And if you meal prep, what day that's going to be, what that looks like, how many hours you're going to allot to meal prep. Like, I don't really want to spend all of my day meal prepping on a Saturday or Sunday. I just don't want to do that. So maybe it means that I am making an extra serving. Like if I made enchilada casserole on Wednesday night, I know that that's a good freezer meal. And so I will buy ingredients for 2 meals and make 2 meals all at once and then freeze one. So that way I don't have to go again on like Saturday and remake it all over just to freeze it. So come up with an idea of what would work best for you, what meal planning looks like for you. Do you freeze your meal? Are you just going to plan out your meals for this week only, and then you'll cook them when you get home? Are you going to cut up all the veggies so that way all you have to do is prepare the proteins the night of and the veggies are already cooked? Like what does that look like for you, and how can you make the most of your time on a busy weekday or even on the weekends? So the next thing on our list is cleaning. And we all know that cleaning just piles up on us, and then we wait till the holidays when everybody's coming over, and then we try to do it all at once, and that is a nightmare. I know we all hate cleaning just as much as we do laundry, and like our laundry, it will pile up if we don't come up with a plan, because to-do lists just don't work. We could put it on a to-do list all day long, every day, and you'll see it on your to-do list all day long, every day, and it'll never get done. So coming up with a routine for cleaning, among the other things that I mentioned, is what is going to help you get it done in a less stressful way, and probably less time because it's planned out. And also, if you're doing one thing at a time instead of waiting till the holidays, and then you're like, oh man, like I haven't mopped the floor in 3 months, I haven't cleaned it, I haven't even seen what the toilets look like. You're trying to do all these things at one time. It is awful, and it makes for an awful experience, a stressful mama, and an unhappy family because they have to deal with you while you're running around with a scrub brush and all these things. So come up with a plan for your cleaning. For myself, I know that my kitchen is something that I do daily. I cannot stand waking up to a dirty kitchen. So after I'm doing dinner, my goal is to spend like 10-15 minutes cleaning up the kitchen, so that way when I wake up in the morning, I have a clean kitchen to make breakfast. Everything's put away, and it's not like I'm trying to move around dishes while I'm making breakfast and lunches and all those things. So think of, what do you need to do daily for you to function well or your family to function well the next day? For me, the kitchen is a must. Like, I have to have a clean kitchen, so that way when I wake up the next day to do breakfast and lunches, I'm not trying to move around the dirty dishes and the pile of dishes that's already in the sink and a full dishwasher and all those things. So after dinner, I spend 10 or 15 minutes cleaning that all up right then and there. That is something that I do nightly. It's part of my routine. And also, another thing I suggest is doing a 10-minute tidy up time for your kiddos, which recently I posted this hack on my Instagram account. So it depends on when you're listening to this, when you might see that. But it'll be on my IGTV forever, as long as Instagram will allow it. I've shared that hack with you guys about how implementing a tidy up time where it's 10 minutes, we set the timer, and the kids decide an area that they want to clean, and then they move on to the next area and do as much as they can in the 10-minute span, so that way it's not all piled up till the end of the week, and then it's like my house looks like a tornado came through, and then they're cranky because we're spending the whole day cleaning. This teaches them that if they clean up a little bit as they go, they have less to clean up altogether, and then our house doesn't look like a wreck, their rooms don't look like a wreck, and overall everybody seems to be really happy with that plan. So stay tuned to the end of this episode, you guys. I know I'm going over a lot of stuff, but I'm going to give you access to all this in one place. That way you don't have to try to write it down or go back and you're like, what did she say? So just hang on to the end of the episode. So back to cleaning. Like I said, the kitchen is a must-have for me. Also thinking about, when do you want to mop the floors? How often do you like it to be? And be realistic, guys, because I know ideally I would like my floors to be mopped every week, but realistically, it probably won't get mopped, but maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. And I don't know what you guys are thinking, but that's just my life, so handle it. I'm okay with it. You mop your floors whenever you would like. So writing down, I have in my mind, which is good enough for me, but if you have a calendar hanging up in your house, or you use your phone calendar, something that you look at often that you can rely on, write down when you plan on mopping the floors and put it on a date that doesn't conflict with anything else. And you guys, if it does, if something comes up and you can't do it, then, move it to the next day or whatnot. But having it set in stone, like, hey, this day I'm going to clean the toilets August 25th, because I know that we have absolutely nothing that day, and I'm just going to do the toilets and that's it. And then the next week you're going to do the floors, and then the next week on Saturday you're going to clean the blinds. Like, split it up so it's easy to do, it's quick to do, and amidst our busy, chaotic lives, it can be done, and maybe even we can get our kids to help. So if you need help with this, if you're like, I don't even want to think about how to come up with a plan or routine for cleaning, I highly suggest you go check out Kendra Hennessy. She's on Instagram at Mother Like a Boss, and she is the expert, I'm telling you guys, on all things cleaning and coming up with a routine for cleaning in a way that's easy and effective for busy moms. She has a program, Homemaker-ish You, that will organize your life, girl. Like, if you think this episode is overwhelming and very organized and she is going to put your life together to where you will not know what just happened in a good way, and you'll be like, who this, man? Like, I'm on it. So I would definitely go check her out. She's awesome. But we're keeping it simple here. I'm just telling you guys kind of the gist of what I've found makes my life easier in creating these easy systems that aren't completely set in stone. They're not very detailed, I'm giving you a lot of wiggle room here, guys. There's a lot of freedom. So if you're a very go with the flow person, I feel like this works for you. If you're a type A person, I feel like this works for you as well. Our last system that we need to create is a morning and evening routine. Here's the deal. If you enjoy repeating yourself 1,000 times to your kids to try to get them out the door or in bed, telling them to brush their teeth, reminding them what needs to be done before they can get out the door or go to bed, then you go on living your life, girl. But if you don't want that for yourself, there is an easy way to do it, and it's by coming up with a to-do list. Like I mentioned earlier, this is what I was talking about. I posted about on my Instagram account. I got a to-do list off of Pinterest that I could download, and it was blank. And I went through and came up with things that my kiddos needed to do individually to get out the door in the morning, and then that they needed to get done before they could go to bed. This way, they knew exactly what needed to be done. I was on the same page as them. Everybody's on the same page, and they can be held accountable. And I'm not trying to rush them in the morning or in the evenings while I'm making dinner or breakfast, and then trying to let them wake up and, like, I don't know what they're doing while I'm making breakfast. So then I realize, hey, like right before we're about to go out the door, that they're not even dressed. And now I'm trying to like tell them, get dressed real quick, do this, do this, do this. If they have these lists, then they know exactly what needs to be done. And my rule here is that once you get everything done, then you have free time to do whatever you want. So I downloaded these free printables off of Pinterest. And for example, my son's morning to-do list is get dressed, brush teeth, make bed, get his snack, and fill up water bottle. So those are all the things that he knows that he has to get done besides eating breakfast, because I feel like that's an obvious one, before he can play or have free time before we get out the door in the morning. Then at nighttime, his checklist is to read for 15 minutes, play or practice soccer, 10 minutes tidy up time, PJs, brush teeth, and go potty. Like I said, that 10-minute tidy up time is going to be your lifesaver, guys. But you can put in whatever you want in these, and I'm going to give you guys the exact length that I use so you can fill these out. And I laminated mine so that way the kids could go with the expo marker or dry erase marker and check off the things that needed to be done. I feel like there's something about them checking it off and physically being able to do that that makes it more fun for them. And also makes it more of a muscle memory. I don't know what it is. Doing something while you're remembering to do something makes you remember it more. So I like that idea of laminating it. You can use it however you want to. Like I said, the link that I will share with you guys shows how the woman used it. And I think she did magnets instead. But that seemed too complicated to me. So I went with laminating it and using a marker. So not only do the kids need a routine, but I have decided that I also need a routine. Otherwise, I find myself getting the kids to bed after dinner, after I've cleaned the kitchen, and then I just sit down and I'm on my phone. And the next thing I know, I did nothing for myself, and I just binge watched TV. I didn't talk to my husband. Nothing that would refill me was done, because I just sat down and didn't have a plan for my evening. I just vegged out, which I know sounds appealing, and I know that seems like the thing that we'd want to do, but that's when we end up not realizing how much time we spent on our phone, and then it's 10 o'clock, and then we didn't get anything ready for the morning the next day. So then now it's 10 o'clock. We should be going to bed, but instead we're getting up and we're doing all these things. Then it's 11 o'clock, you know what I mean? So we need to have an evening routine too, so we get our things done, and then we can relax and we can do the things that we need to that will fuel us. And getting things done, like how we always say we want to read, and then we don't because we're on our phones for forever. Coming up with a routine for yourself that's achievable, that's realistic, that fuels you, that helps you prepare for the next day, that'll help you have a good week, a good day, and also to get on bed on time. So we just went through all the things that we need to create a system for to make our life easier. Literally all you need to do is sit down and go bullet point by bullet point. Your first one to decide what to do with is laundry, the second meals, the third grocery, fourth cleaning, and the fifth morning and evening routines. And then for a bonus, you guys, if you need help with this, if you want me to make it easier for you, shoot me an email. My email is theashcarroll@gmail.com. Shoot me a DM on Instagram @theashcarroll, or comment on today's post if you're listening to this episode on the day that it released. Today I'm going to be in the It Takes a Village Mom Tribe and also on the podcast Facebook page. And there you can comment and let me know that you want the Busy Moms Routine Master List. Once you've let me know you want this list, I will send you all the things that you need to master just life in general, guys. No, I'm going to send you a list of all the things that you need to master the evening, the morning, and things that you need to get done on a weekly basis, like the dishes, the cleaning, etc. So once you shoot me an email, a comment, a DM, what have you, I will send that over to you. It will have all the links, all the resources, and the tips, and a bonus. I'm going to give you my sheet for you to figure out what your evening routine should look like for a busy mom. So hit me up, let me know, and I will get that to you. I hope this episode was helpful, you guys. I hope that you weren't overwhelmed. I mean, these are things that we already have to do in our life every day, so I'm trying to make it easier for you and sharing what I do. I know that can be a little complicated via just you listening to me. So like I said, if you need those resources, shoot me an email, and then you can have it when you're sitting down, when you're looking at it, and it'll be easier to digest maybe. That is all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will catch you next time.